Hi guys. So there's a topic, well, technically two topics that I want to talk about today um, that have been brought to my attention over the last couple weeks. Um, First one is depression and HLHS, and then the other one is being afraid of dying. Um, there are hard topics to talk about, but it happens. Um, so depression, let's see. I was depressed back in like sixth grade to maybe ninth grade. Um, I did see a therapist. Um, I think there was one point where I was on medication, but I really don't remember. Um, but I was depressed because around those times, that's when I was bullied about my scar. Um, and also my parents were divorced, and it was just that whole thing plus school. Just I was sad. I never got to the point of not wanting to be here. Um, but some people can, and I understand that. There can be. I think I was depressed about my scar and condition back then because I never met anybody else that has the same thing that I have, or even a heart condition. And I think it might be less common, don't take my word for that, now, because there are ways of communicating to other people who have the same thing. For example, Facebook, email, all that. And yeah, there was email, but there was never like a list of people who have a CHD out there. Um, so yeah, I was depressed, and because I thought I was alone, didn't have anybody else to compare this to. Um, so I would say that as your child grows up, let them meet people who have the same thing as them, so they don't have that feeling of being alone and having this thing by themselves. Um, because I know there are people who are depressed that have CHD. I'm in a group, it's called Zipper Sisters. It's just for women with CHD. And they talk a lot about how, like, their doctors don't believe that they're depressed and stuff like that, but it happens. I mean, we go through so much as a child, and some of us can't work, some of us cannot have children. So that's sad, and you get down on yourself about that. Um, I find myself very lucky that I can work 40 hours a week and that I did go to school and I have my bachelor's and I'm working on my master's right now. Um, and I'm also very fortunate that I was told I can have children. Um, there's a lot of women with CHD that cannot have children. Um, so yeah, it's depression and HLHS or CHD is not uncommon. Now, I was talking to a girl. I believe she's 14. She was very scared about like not waking up when she goes to bed, which is very understandable. Because we've gone through the surgeries, and there's always that possibility that we're not going to make it through the surgery, or even after the surgery. Um, and I just told her to live every day the best you can and how you want to. Um, I am scared that there's going to be a time that I don't wake up, but I don't know. I guess I just don't think about it as much as someone who's younger does. Um, I haven't had any transplant or pacemaker, so it does worry me that I'm going to need one sooner than later, and that I'm going to have to go through another surgery. I don't want to do that. Um, it's terrifying. I can understand why she is nervous to go to sleep at night. I'm not sure if I had that when I was younger. I'd have to ask my parents. I do remember there was a time, sorry, a time that I had to do a research paper, and I did it about my heart, and I talked about all like death and possibilities and like that, and I freaked myself out. I was so scared that I was gonna die, all this stuff, and yelling at my mom, telling her to explain all this, and it's scary. But I would just say, talk to your kids. Let them know that they're not the only one. Have them meet other people that have HLHS or CHD, one or the other. So they know that they're not the only ones out there. Yeah. Because if you feel like you're the only one, it's scary. So now I'm going to do an update. As most of you know, I was in the ER. That was not fun. Leela. It was not fun. Come here. Not fun at all. We waited in the ER waiting room for about 10 hours till I got an ER bed. 10 hours with chest pain. Oh my God, it was the worst experience of my life. I still have it. Not really chest pain, but like the scar burns and then it's numb. I went to the doctor yesterday. They said that it's like, it could be that I tweaked it a weird way, or that there's a disconnect from my brain to my body, and there's so much pain that it doesn't know what to do with it. I don't know. I am going to go get a second opinion, though, because I just don't feel like that's right. I don't know. Maybe it is right, but I'm going to still see another person and get a second opinion because I just don't feel right about it. If it goes away, then it goes away, but right now I don't feel like that's it. So, yeah, that's an update on my life. If you have any questions or topics or anything, message me. Thanks, guys.